Okay, so here you are having a function known as, so before writing the program, what we need to know, if we want to write down a sine, cos or any function, we need to first know its mathematical expression, right? Similarly here you are having a function known as, here we are going in MATLAB, we are going and we are having a function known as cos. Okay, so using this function we are going to write down the program for cosine waveform. Okay, so now here, in order to write down this, we need to know the first mathematical expression. What is the mathematical expression for cosine wave? It is nothing but a cos 2 pi ft. Okay, similar to sine waveform. The same concept here I am going to write it. That is y is equal to a into cos 2 star pi star f star t. Okay, so now what are all the variables you need? What are all the values you need? You need an amplitude, frequency and time. So the same concept I am going to write down. I am going to generate the amplitude. I am going to assign different values for time. So 0 to 0.01 increment to 1. Then I am going to get an input. So I am going to use a function known as input. F is equal to input. Enter the frequency. Next, amplitude A, input, enter the amplitude. Okay, so here I have assigned all these values. Now I need to plot it. So I am going to use a function known as plot, time axis value t, and y-axis value is y. So this I have used the plot function. Now after this plot function, what I need to do, I need to perform x label. So x label time, next y label amplitude. The same thing. The only difference is in this expression. This term is only going to differ. Now I have generated this thing. Okay, without using this input function also, we can assign values directly to the variable. So instead of this f, you can also use frequency. F is equal to 1000, and you can also use a is equal to 5 volt. Okay, so in C you will have two types of assignment, right? You can just assign values directly in the program, and also you have another format of giving input while running the program, the same concept. So this is what the values we are going to assign in the directly in the program. Here this is the value we are going to use while we can give values when the program is running. So this is the difference form of assigning the values to the variables. Okay, next we will see the impulse function, how to generate an impulse signal. Okay, so here we are all in previous case we are having the mathematical expression, so we can write it directly. So how you define an impulse? So we know that the impulse function will have only value at time t equal to 0, and it won't have value at time t not, that is when time t is not is equal to 0. Thus we can assign del of t is equal to when t is equal to 0, 0 when t not equal to 0, right? So this is the relation of an impulse function. Here we won't have any mathematical expression, right? So we may not able to write down the mathematical expression. So for that, what I am going to do is I am going to use here a functions known as zeros and ones. Okay, so what is the functionality of these zeros and ones is when we use zeros of row value, column value, that is 1, 1. What is the meaning? It is a single value, so it will give a single zero. If I use zeros of 1, 2, what is the meaning? This is row and this is column, right? So how many rows you are having in this case? One row. So you will have 1 zeros. How many columns you are having? In this case you are having 2 columns. So you will have 2 zeros like this. Sorry, I have wrong 10. So you will have one row, this is row, column, 2 column, which means that you will have a single row and 2 column value. So this is what the value you will get after executing this expression. Okay, similarly, if I want to have zeros of 2 comma 1, which means you are having 2 rows and 1 column, right? So you will have 2 rows and you will have 1 column. Okay, so you will have value like this. So your equivalent value is 0 comma 0. Okay, understood? So what you will get when you use zeros of 1 comma 1, you will get only a single 0. When you use zeros of 1 comma 2, which means that you will have 1 rows, 2 columns. So you will have 1 row and 2 column. So 0 0. Similarly here I am having 2 rows, 1 column, which means that I will have 2 rows and 1 column. So I will get values like this. Why I am discussing this is using this function only I am going to generate an impulse signal. Okay, the same thing happens for ones. So when I use ones of 2 comma 2, which mean what is the meaning of this? Ones of 2 comma 2, you will have 2 rows and 2 columns and you will get 1 comma 1 comma 1. So the resultant of this is 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1. Okay, now using this zeros and ones concept, I am going to generate an impulse function. Let us see how to write an impulse function. So what I am going to generate is I am going to generate an impulse function in this form. So that is at origin I am having a value 1. That is I am going to generate a unit impulse function. What I am going to generate? I am going to generate a unit impulse function. Okay, so I'm going to generate like this. So this is what a time axis value and this is what the amplitude. Here don't confuse with T or N. The MATLAB doesn't know T stands for continuous time and N stands for discrete time. Whatever value we are giving, it will implement it. So while plotting, we can differ whether it is a continuous time variable or a discrete time signal. Whether it is a continuous time signal or a discrete time signal. Okay, now what I'm going to generate is I'm going to generate an impulse in this form. That is, what is the thing is I'm going to generate an impulse from -4 to +4. Sorry, you just this. So -4 to +4. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? If I want to implement this impulse function, what I need to get is I need to get a signal that I need to get zeros from -4 to -1 and ones at 1 and I have to get again zeros from 1 to 4. Here how many zeros you need to get? I need to get 4 zeros and I need to get 1 1 and I need to get 4 zeros again. Okay, so I need to obtain this value using a zeros and 1. Okay, so first thing what we need to get, I need to generate how many ones? How many zeros? 4 zeros. So I'm going to use a function known as zeros. Since it is a single row, I'm going to use 1 comma. How many columns I need? 1 2 3 4 columns. So this function generate 4 zeros. Okay, so after that what I need? I need 1 ones. So I am going to use ones of 1 comma 1. Either you can use single value 1 here. Okay, this is either you can use this function or you can use this function. Now what value you need to get? You need to get again zeros. So how many zeros? Similarly here I need to get zeros of 1 comma 4. Okay, so if I put a square bracket and assign to a some other variable y, which means that what I will get here, I will get 4 zeros. What is the meaning of this function, this line is, I will get 4 zeros for this, and I will get 1 ones, and I will get 4 zeros here. So this value is assigned to a variable, this y. Now I need to plot this. Okay, so using this function I'm going to write down this. Okay, now consider I'm going to plot this function. So how can I plot? The same concept, y is equal to zeros of 1 comma 4 comma ones of 1 comma 1 comma zeros of 1 comma 4. End with the square bracket. Why I have end with the square bracket? Then only all the values will be assigned to this variable. Okay, so I have assigned it. Now I need to plot it. How can I plot it? I have to use a stem function for this. So I am going to use a function known as stem. So for stem function, the input is the stem. Here the first input is the time axis and second input is the y axis variable. Okay, so here you know the y axis variable is y. Now how I need to give an assign time axis? So t is equal to how many values here you are having? See, it is from -4 to +4. What is the increment? The increment is 1. Okay, so I am going to use -4 to 1 to 4. When I use this -4 to 1, this value will be plotted at the origin. This value will be plotted from 1 to 4. This value is plotted. So stem t comma y. So after writing plot and stem, what you will give? You will give x label and the y label. So x label, that is the time, and y label is the amplitude. Okay, right? Okay, now this is what the unit impulse function I have generated. Now I need to generate an impulse function of amplitude phi. So in this case, what I am going to do is, after generating once, I can multiply with an amplitude phi. So that what I will get is, I will get an amplitude phi at the origin for this impulse, while in this impulse I will get a 1. So that is the difference between this having this 5 and this 1, which is nothing but 1 into 1. Okay, so this is how to write a impulse program. After impulse function,